It's your boy back at it, I guess, again. This is Total War, Warhammer 2, or Total Warhammer 2, whatever. It's one of the best, definitely one of the best 4X games out there. And there's a lot of content that I have that is a lot of money that you definitely should not spend on unless you know what you want. I'm just saying. This game is very expensive if you get invested into it and you want to experience the whole thing. But there's a lot of free content that comes out basically for the entire faction. Whenever they add something for a specific leader, they usually do it for the rest of the faction as well. So there are some touch-ups and balance changes here and there. It's not like it's all DLC. But here we have two campaigns that both take place on the same map, I believe. The world is always the same, which is something that I have a bit of like I had gripes with it. I didn't want to come to terms with the fact that it's always the same map, but I've come to realize that that's probably for the best, with the amount of detail that goes on in the map that I don't look at because one, I'm blind and I need new glasses. I've been needing new glasses since the start of this whole ordeal in 2020, and two, because uh, I don't really care for graphics that much. It looks amazing though, I will say that. I do have to kill the graphics so that I don't blow up my computer. I like to take care of my electronics, unlike other people that just overclock that shit. I'm not really into that. But yeah. So Eye of the Vortex is all about, you know, taking the big boy in the middle, and then Mortal Empires is more of the classical conquest sort of campaign, I guess. And like I said, everybody starts in the same place all the time, but every time you reload or you start the same exact campaign, things might go a little bit differently. It's insane. For example, in the Mortal Empires, I am playing as the Golden Boy himself, Balthazar Gelt. And I've restarted this campaign to kind of get a solid footing at least 10 times. I'm not even kidding. And then suddenly one time, one of the vampire counts, which are over here somewhere, yeah, this boy right here.
The world will drown
in one of these times, this guy actually got his capital taken by one of the other vampire counts, and for some reason, even though they were allies, and he wasn't an issue. And, we were me and the rest of the empire were able to just kind of exist. I mean, the other vampires are still kind of a problem, but they're not as big of a deal. But I'm getting ahead of myself now. I guess I should just start a new campaign and show you all the basics. The problem is, pretty much every single faction up here will play differently in one way or another. Some of them are, you know, kind of closely related. I think these three, for example, are probably gonna be the same, except that you got friggin' Marthy over here with Chaos Corruption. Like that's unique to her specifically. So there's just a lot. Yeah. What should I do? What should I do? Somebody basic. A very basic, bare bones kind of person that doesn't have any weird things going on. I guess Malekith.
fun will be mine.
Yes, Malekith is fine. Why not, right? I don't know though. I don't know if I'm gonna buy with Malekith at the moment. Sheesh. So many choices. I haven't even played half of these people, okay? And I played these two, the elves. The wood elves, That campaign is very just wow. You gotta know what you're doing with these guys, okay? They play like a horde, and hordes kind of don't have bases, but the Wood Elves have a base, which is this little plot of land here in the middle of nowhere, where there's a big old forest, and just like you know what? Give me just give me Malekith.
I will have my
Screw it.
vengeance.
I'm getting Malekith. Just everything on normal. Now we gotta wait for the loading time. Yeah. There's some stuff going on, and now here we go. They're gonna tell you how do they play. Yeah, so Dark Elves. Dark Elves are cool because as a Dark Elf, you take slaves. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff, right? Alright, so I'm starting out over here. There's a lot of things to go over. First of all, we got our basic 4X. Expand, explore, excommunicate, exterminate, all that good stuff. Look at all these settlements over here. I'm actually starting in a different place than in Mortal Empires. So, what we're doing here is, what is my goals? Let's see. I know that I have, here we go, objectives. There's a long campaign, short campaign. These are all the objectives basically. That's your victory conditions. That's a lot of victory conditions. Alright. You also get quests, but that's later. So, up there we got your treasury, you got your profits, and because I am at the Dark Elves, I have the amount of slaves up there. And here's my little basic stack. That's what they call them, right? They call it a stack. That's a little army of 8 peoples. And yeah, you move them around. Yeah. And I just clicked on the Great Arena. This belongs to this faction of Grand. And this here, I'm just gonna click on Nagaron. Here we go. The Iron Mountains, this is a whole region, right? So once you take over every single one of these little settlements here, you will be able to do one of these boys, a commandment. Gives you bonuses, takes a turn to change, and let me see here. What's the best way to start off? Basically, you wanna do the things, you know. There is diplomacy. We have diplomacy. Very bare bones diplomacy, though. But I guess diplomacy isn't always like a very detailed thing in these games because there's so many variables all the time. So I hesitate to call these real-time strategy games, but the reason why Warhammer 2 here is a strategy, real-time strategy is because of the combat. And I guess for the sake of demonstration, I'll just here. Give me the mage, that mage there to go in my army. I'll just declare war because this is all just a demonstration. Yeah, your people feed on, yeah, whatever. We attack them. Probably not a good idea, but whatever, right? So as you can see here, I attack someone. This is the armies, and this here is the balance of power. Usually, if it's, you know, more red than is that orange? I don't know, I'm blind. Okay. Usually this will tell you how well the battle's gonna go. Now obviously if you are a master tactician, that bar doesn't really mean much. You just look at the units and be like, yeah, I can totally take it, right? So I'm just gonna do a demonstration mock battle here. And we're gonna see the combat, which is very fun, and I still don't fully understand the combat. I just sort of do things, and sometimes it works out. So we're gonna do things. Here we go. So every time you start, you can always gamble for more power, but I don't really care right now. This is basically your mana pool, and then you have a reserve, which you gain over time. So that's just another thing entirely. Let's see. I can't see the enemy really. They're just outside the. Yeah, this is the city. Don't really have any walls. There is a lot of look at that. There is detail in these maps. That's not a playable area. Why'd they do all that? Can't go back there. Look at that. And these aren't even. This isn't even good graphics. Anyways. So what we got here? So we got your boys, right? This is my melee line. I can just drag them. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I also have a bolt thrower. Well, I'll just keep that boy in the back. And with that cold one. Cold one chariots. Oh, and it's a missile chariot. Alright, thank you Dark Souls for giving me this. Just put her there, put Malekith there. And what you can do is you can put these bad boys in a group and then they'll just move. They'll just always be in that group. You can do that, that's pretty cool. For more advanced controls, I suggest you look up some tutorials and get the time to familiarize yourself with all this stuff. There's a lot of things you can do, like moving enemies in a certain line so that they can like come back around and flank someone. I'm just gonna start the battle though. Quick demonstration. So we're gonna tell them to just go. I think it's what is it, shift, right? I don't even know. All right. That's my bolt throwers. They're just gonna, let me see, are they set to, no, they need to set to multi-shot. Is it, yeah. That's a thing on the Reaper bolt thrower. You can either set it to shoot large units or infantry, and that's infantry, so whatever, right? Okay. Now, cool thing about this game is flanks are a thing. So like if you attack an enemy from behind, it'll actually do more damage and bring down the leadership, which is the white bar there. If the leadership goes down all the way, they run away. They break formation. Like the bunch of, you know, little boys they are. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to get these chariots to move around. I'm gonna do the thing here. There we go. I should do that thing now. Okay, just get over there. The Malekith should have his ice ability. Yes, I like the ice ability. It's pretty cool. See? Boom! Look at that. Hit all those boys, and their leadership is gone. Alright, you know what? Just chase. Go chase those. Go chase them. Chase them, dude. Now these guys, I'm just gonna tell them to hold formation here. And then she's got a fireball. Fireball that unit right there. Yeah. And boom. There it is. Hit them. Victory. Yeah. Winning a battle is more about controlling or gaining ground than it is about killing all the units. The auto-resolve does instantly kill whatever the losing side is. So like, if I were to have told them to automatically resolve this, it would have just killed all of the units in the settlement right away, instead of, you know, just seeing them all run away. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics of battle. You just move the units around, and there is nuance to this. There is you can deploy units out on the, you know, forwards if they have like the Vanguard deployment, which allows you to kind of set them up in like these this little forest area right here, and they'll be hidden when they're in here, and then when you clash, you can just like suddenly bring him out and just like start flanking people. But yeah, also line of sight, line of fire is a thing. The Empire had some pistoliers and stuff that shoot straight instead of in an arc, like you saw the arrows here doing it. And if they're right behind your units, they can't shoot the enemy, so you gotta like maneuver them around and all that good stuff. And this one's a chariot. Alright, yep. And there's chariots and there's horsemen. So the horsemen are better at like sustained combat, so you get them in a flank and then they'll do better. Whereas chariots are more for just like doing bowling. That's what people call it, I think. You just run them into the army and then they scatter them everywhere, and then you know it's kind of like a hit and run thing. But these are archer chariots, so they were just kind of chilling in the back, just shooting things. Yeah, you got artillery, you got large units, you got monsters, you got dragons, you got flyboys. There's a lot of stuff. Battle gets complicated, and the bigger the forces, the more complicated it is, and you can pause it. That's cool. Obviously you can't pause it in multiplayer, but it helps you learn the game, and that's really what this is all about. I'm just trying to learn how to play the game. Alright, now that I got my decisive victory with only 19 losses, I can choose what I want to do with this settlement. Now, every single one of these things has its own drawbacks and benefits, right? So if I sack the settlement, I don't capture it, but I get a lot of treasure from it. And I also help to spread providence instability, which is like negative public order. If the negative public order gets to -100, there will be rebels, and then those rebels have their own little, like, they start training some units, and then they attack the settlement, and if you can't defend it, they just raise it. If you just raise the settlement, you'll destroy it. You don't really get a lot from that, but that also means that nobody takes the settlement, which sometimes is a thing you might be interested in. You see, every single faction and general and all that good stuff, they have a suitable climate. If the suitable climate is not good enough for your faction, you will suffer penalties, which make growing that specific settlement a pain in the rear, and you probably should not want that. Let's see, loot and occupy is a thing that is good for certain factions and only under certain circumstances, right? I think it's good for Dark Elves because you get slaves. That just from that alone, that's a good thing. But this also lowers the levels of the buildings in here, and buildings take a while to kind of grow. You need population, you know, the usual Forex stuff. You need the money, you need the time, and when you have this like nice level 3 settlement with everything maxed out, and then a fucking some asshole comes in and then raises your shit, and all the levels go down, and the thing gets taken. It's just it's a big mess, and it's just really annoying to deal with. So I'm just gonna occupy it, and so by occupying it, none of the buildings are damaged. If I would to have looted this, I would pretty much have to repair these buildings, which kind of defeats the purpose in my opinion. So, but like I said, it would have given me slaves, which is a good thing for the Dark Elves. So this would pretty much conclude my turn. I can level up my heroes, which is something I should definitely do. So Malekith is really good with his spells. He's very, very nice. So I'm just gonna get him the Chill Wind upgrade. And then this is one of the heroes. I guess scouting for more magic item chance. There's equipment you can get for your heroes. It's just there's a lot. Yeah. We got upkeep from every single unit. There's the predicted, you know, the income and all that good stuff.
Malekith.
There's the units I can train. I guess get a couple of these and get one of these. Just call it a day. Research. Gotta do the research. Yeah, I gotta choose that one. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff here. I could go over this, but that's a little. It's more for like all the specific. Oh yeah, recruitment ranks. You know, the specific unit leadership and stuff. There's a lot to cover. I really can't do the game any justice from all the little things that it has. So I'm gonna go ahead, upgrade that settlement, and show you how to take care of your settlement. You see here, I am the Dark Elves slaves. Too many slaves equals dissent. You don't want that, so you can tell them to no more slaves. And then only little slaves, you know, just a little bit of slaves, not too many, or all the slaves. The true capitalist way is to say all the slaves all the time. Doesn't matter, you don't discriminate. Corruption. That's not good. That means there's Skaven factions around. Skaven factions have undercities, so all of these ruins here might actually be Skaven undercities, and you don't know until you check. That's not good for me. Well, sure, why not? I was just showing this off. I don't intend on playing this campaign any longer. All right, settlement. Oh yeah, corruption. So yeah, certain faction you got three types of corruption. Okay, you got the chaos corruption, you got the vampires, and then you got the Skaven, which you know they like to spread their plague everywhere. Bunch of rats. So if they have settlements nearby, it'll just you know passively generate corruption. To counter that, which you don't want it high, because then your people start being not very happy with you, and that public order goes down, and that's just not good for you. So you gotta keep law and order, and to keep law and order, you gotta get that corruption down, and to get that corruption down, I need buildings, and I need oh boy. Yeah, so I need buildings. I need certain heroes have spread untainted, but from my experience, the Dark Elves are not very good at dealing with corruption. They tend to not care about their population, much like the United States of America. So, you know, it's at least not as bad as other countries in the world, I'm guessing. I think Russia's got it bad. So I'm gonna say that the Dark Elves are Russia, because I have no understanding of how anything works in the world. I'm just a layboy. All right, last thing I guess. Lords, you can get more armies. We got heroes that I can't get. Black Arcs are specific to High Elves. No High Elves. Dark Elves, Dire Elves, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Building manager. Oh, look at all these buildings. Oh, military. Oh, landmarks. Oh, look at all the stuff. Oh, wonderful stuff. Yeah, normally I would care. I just don't right now. So yeah, Total War Warhammer 2. You should definitely play this. At least try it out somehow. It is highly recommended for a reason, and I haven't even begun to talk about the big battles, and you haven't seen the sieges, which are kind of meh. And I'm sure that a lot of other peoples and YouTubers have covered this game way better than I ever could. So yeah, that's another one down. Don't know if I want to call it an RTS. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put 4X games in here as well. I don't discriminate. Like it's a strategy game. Do we really, like, do I really care? Do I really care? Yeah, I kind of do, but whatever. I'll see you next time. I guess I'm just kind of done with life right now. That's probably why. I'm gonna blame my my messed up glasses on my bad mood. They're not getting any better. It's glass. It doesn't just repair itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what I did wrong, as in the presentation and stuff. And if you liked the video, like it, and if you didn't, dislike it, and that's it. Yeah, you do you. Have a good day.